All right, Veronica, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Now, okay. So, all right. Yeah. And we have, more coming in. So awesome. Awesome. Okay. So welcome as you're coming in to the webinar. And welcome to Transcending Dimensions, Channeling Omax. My name is Janine Roberts. I'm the owner of Happy Soul Healing. And with me today, I have Veronica Madrano from California. And Veronica is a channeler for the being Omax. He is a light being from the Lyran race. And today we are going to be doing a channeling session where you can ask a question. And only if you're on this live webinar, those watching on YouTube, you cannot, but anyone who is on the link, you can. If you want to get on the link really quick, you can go to happysoulchanneling.space and register and hop on. But otherwise, you won't be able to ask a question to Omax. Okay, so Veronica, can you tell us a little bit about how this will work and like the process and what we can expect to see today?
Yes. So how it works is I call in my guide forward. I say an invocation, and then I call in my guide forward, and then I do some breath exercises beforehand where I'm breathing in and I'm feeling his energy coming closer and closer to my body, and then I I feel an instant shift of vibration, and you'll see that happening in real time, slowly. And then he kind of integrates a little bit in my body slowly, and then
Okay.
he tells you what he's doing. And then once he's fully in the body, he will greet you, and he will come in with the same greeting that he always does, and it's always we are here, we are here,
Mhm.
it is an honor to be here, or something like that. And so that's when we know he's fully integrated in my body and we're ready to ask questions.
Nice. Awesome. Awesome. So, and I have asked questions to Omax before. It was very powerful, and there's so much energy that you can just feel when when he is there. You just know that there is something bigger than us, higher than us, like a higher dimensional energy or a higher density, however you want to say that. But it's definitely a different energy that comes in while doing this. So tell everyone real quick so they know what to expect, how long this takes for you to get into, the zone and what it's going to look like.
um, so honestly, each time depends, it varies. On how much they have to raise my vibration and match their frequency. So sometimes it can take like 3 minutes, sometimes it's like 2 minutes, sometimes it's quickly. It all depends on them and how they're working to integrate in my body. Um, and what it looks like for me is I rock. I start rocking because the energy's flowing in my body, and my eyes flicker. You'll see my eyes flicker most of the time. And then I'm just swaying, and I have kind of no, right now you'll see my face has what do you call those? um what is it called? Like you see I'm smiling, my face is
Mhm.
like this is me.
It's
But when
normal.
I'm
It's your normal
yeah,
face, right?
yeah, normal face. But when I'm in trance channel, there's no, like, my face could completely kind of changes a little bit. And I mean, he smiles and everything, but I also kind of have like this weird,
Mhm.
like my face kind of
Yeah,
turns
it's a whole different smile.
yeah.
It's like you look completely different when you're smiling. So it's interesting. It is like you're a whole different person or entity at that point.
Yes. So you will notice that if you're really paying attention to what's really happening.
Mhm.
um
And
and
you rock to keep the vibration.
I keep the to keep the energy flowing in my body.
Yeah.
And so it's just like a normal thing that I've been doing ever since I started. And I noticed that, it helps flow that high frequency in my body sometimes. And yeah, that's kind of where what happens when when you start feeling it. And I mean, if you're sensitive to energy and stuff like that, you may feel it, you may sense it, you get some kind of bodily reaction when I'm in trance.
Yeah, yeah. And just for those who haven't seen this before or watched anything that we've done before, can you tell them a little bit about how you got started? I know that this started during a QHHT session where you went for a session and then somehow during that session, Omax came forward.
Yes. So yeah, during that QHT session, I've never felt energy before, and I've never called in higher frequencies or even believed in any of that kind of stuff. To be honest, I was very new to any of this going into that QHHT session. So I didn't believe in trance channeling. I never knew what it was going in. So for me to have this session and then my voice change and all these like words coming out of my mouth was like life changing for me because I was like, what was that? Like that was not
Yeah.
me. And so yeah, that's how it started. And then it gained a curiosity in me and I was like, I want to do this. Like I want to practice this. And I kept, doing research on it and figuring out how can I do this? And with like I had a minimum of friends that were really on Zoom with me, just like this, and we would just kind of channel him and see what comes out, and they would ask questions, and so that's kind of
Yeah.
my practice.
Yeah. So who is Omax to you?
So what I feel and from what he has told me is Omax is a guide of mine, and we've shared many past lives together on Lyra, and he is more when I channel him, his energy feels like a grandfather or a father figure to me. It's like a teacher or someone that has taught me in the past is what
Mhm.
he feels like to me.
Okay. All right. So whenever you are ready, we will get started. I want to make sure we give you adequate time to get into that space that you need to be in. So
Mhm.
I will just be silent and let you do your thing.
Okay.
I may
Right
do a
now,
little meditation while
yes,
you're getting
yes.
ready to.
Okay. I'm just going to go ahead and take some deep breaths and just flow with it and see it will come out in a minute. Mm. Mm. One moment, my dear. One moment, we are integrating more into the body. One moment. Yes, yes, yes. It is an honor. It is an honor to be here today. We are here. We are here, my dear.
Okay, awesome. Thank you for coming. Thank you for, um, speaking with us today. We are on, um, uh, a video webinar where we are, broadcasting out to others who are watching. And we have questions for you today. So we want to, be respectful and make sure that we only ask questions that are, appropriate. But, we as humans, we need guidance, and we would love your advice and answers for us today. Can we ask some questions?
Yes, my dear, we are delighted. We are delighted to be here in this moment to assist you all in answering whatever questions you have that are here to assist and uplift humanity. Yes, my dear.
Okay, okay. So for the people who are on watching, they can put their question in the box and then I will read it to you. So if those of you who are watching want to put a question in the Q&A, I will ask that to Omax. I do have one first question. I would like to know, is Veronica a past or future life of yours, or who are you to her, or how are you connected to her?
Mm. Yes, my dear, that is a great question, my dear. We have lived many lifetimes together. She has lived many lifetimes in Lyra, my dear. And what I was a teacher, a spiritual teacher with her that helped her assist and gain knowledge, just as she is doing at this now moment, my dear. But at that time, we were talking and speaking, my dear, to all kinds and all people about unity, about love, about friendship, about being there for one another. So I was there to guide her in helping her speak her truth, helping her elevate herself in that lifetime.
Hmm. So I know that we've met before. I've had asked you questions before. Um, and so I know you told me before that Lyra was destroyed, that your planet was destroyed. Was Veronica there at that time as well?
Yes, my dear. She has seen the scenes. We have showed her what has happened, my dear, bits and pieces. She has not seen the full thing. But yes, my dear, she has seen it and she was there during the Battle of Lyra.
Okay. Awesome. Awesome. Okay. So we do have some questions coming in. Okay. So if you're on here, make sure you put your question in the Q&A box. And I do have a question about, and someone asked me this yesterday, and it's something I would like to know as well. Do you know who Bashar is to us humans? Bashar, who is channeled by Daryl Anka.
Yes, my dear, we are aware of that entity, my dear. We are aware.
Okay. And he mentions that open contact is possible within the next year here of our linear time. Is that something that you see happening as well?
My dear, we have been here. We have been here. There are many, many, many that have been here that have been seen by the humans, my dear. Now, what we can tell you at this time is that Your world is shifting now, and it has already have begun to shift more and more and more. And why this shift occurs, this is one reason why it has occurred, is for you to open your eyes, to be more aware, to have the awareness that all is possible on your planet. Now, this happening at this time, this happening at this time, my dear, needs to happen for this open contact that you call. Yes, yes, this open contact. But it will not be what you think, my dear. It will be in a slight and subtle most openness, my dear. It would be subtle. And it won't be what you humans think, that they will come off the spaceship and they will greet you and all this. No, this will happen slowly. The anomalies in the air, my dear, they will be seen more and more. Their presence will be known. They will make themselves known and visible. That is
Hmm.
where it will begin. Just by seeing.
Okay.
So it
So,
won't be as what you think. It won't be speaking to the entities and what such. It will be just visualizing and seeing them in real time.
okay. So if someone like me or someone who, believes that this that there are many dimensions, many species, many races, how could we prepare ourselves to see better, to be able to see what we can't see right now?
Mm. It's quite simple, my dear. You sit out mostly in the afternoons when the sun is about to set. You open your heart to the sky or the ocean
Mm.
and you sit and you open your heart, quiet your mind, and speak out loud what it is you are wanting to see in the sky. And we will guarantee, if your heart is in the right place, you will see something. You will have an experience.
Mm. Okay. And that would be seeing craft in the
Mm.
sky?
Lights. Yes,
Light.
my dear.
Okay. Awesome. Awesome. And I've done something that's called CE5 contact, which is Close Encounters of the Fifth Kind. That was started by Dr. Stephen Greer. Are you familiar with that?
Oh, yes, my dear. We are aware. We are aware.
Okay. Is that a good process to use to be able to contact other beings?
Oh, yes, my dear. But it will take time. And we will say it will take time, but those frequencies are very powerful. And
Hmm.
yes, they will. They will work, my dear,
Okay.
with time.
Okay. Awesome. Awesome. So if someone wanted to channel a being similar to what Veronica does with you, what what would be the first steps? What do we need to do to be able to do the same?
You are all capable of channeling energies within your body, my dear. The first step is believing that you are able to. The second step is getting to know who your guides are, getting familiarized with your vibration, with the frequency of how to harness their energy within your body. Practice, practicing, making sure that your body is okay to be able to receive the energies within your body. This will take a practice and this will take time. And get to know your guides before you channel anything and allow anything in your body.
Okay. And this is through meditation.
Meditation, speaking out loud, writing, automatic writing, however it is that you gain a connection with your guidance, my dear, and they will be there and you will get to familiarize them yourself with their frequency.
Okay. All right. So so I do have a question here that is Did humans really land on the moon in 1969? Or do humans have the capability right now of being on the moon? Are they currently on the moon? On our moon?
In the past, they did not land on the moon, my dear. That was all a facade, something not
Mhm.
real, my dear. No, no, no. But have they landed now? Yes. Have they seen what's there? Yes, my dear. They have seen the truth, but it is hidden from you all, most of you. There are a civilization on the moon. There is many that live on the moon at this time. We would say that that would be a base there where many, many beings reside and hold gatherings and meetings, my dear.
Mm. And are there humans currently on the moon?
No.
No. But they have gone there and can go back.
Yes, with restriction, my dear.
Okay, okay. And you said the beings on the moon right now that have meetings, is this like part of the Galactic Federation?
We will not call it, we will not say, my dear, we cannot say, but we will say they are just a group of beings there. Yes, my dear.
Okay. Can I ask, are they good beings? Are they for our highest good?
Some.
Some. Okay. Okay. All right. So, okay, that's interesting. That is interesting. I know that there's a mix of feelings with humans of who believes, some believe that we did actually land on the moon back then and some don't. So that's interesting to hear. Thank you for that. Um, so do we have the ability to literally see into other dimensions?
Mm. Yes, my dear, of course you do. You are built to be able to move and maneuver into other dimensions and other frequencies, my dear. Of course you do. But your physical body cannot go with you. Only your mind can go with you and take you to places, my dear.
Okay. And so I've meditated quite a bit and working on growing that meditation practice, but that's something I've not been able to do. What kind of advice could you give me to, or anyone watching, who wants to be able to see more?
Let your mind wander. Let your mind go. Don't hold on to, I'm not seeing anything. I can't. Knowing, holding yourself back from that will not allow you to move forward in that aspect, my dear.
Mm, okay.
So, what we say is when you go into meditation, allow your mind to wander. Don't put presets on your meditations, my dear. Allow yourself to just be there. Close your eyes, listen to a frequency, if you will, listen to a sound, and just let your mind wander and travel. Of course, you set your intention beforehand, my dear, and you will see once you let go, your brain will allow you to travel.
Mm, okay. I know that some people use what we call psychedelics, like mushrooms. Is that
Mm.
a way to, I've not done that, but I've know a lot of people who have. Is that a way to reach a deeper level?
Oh, yes, my dear, but we do not recommend it. But if you wish to travel in that way, you do not need that kind of mm, thing to be able to travel dimensions, my dear. You alone are capable. See,
Mm,
that is what we say. You do not need anything. You need your mind. You need to be open. You need to be receptive and just flow. Let the energy flow and let your mind wander and travel. You will see there will be a big, big difference. Instead of trying to say out loud, I want to go here, I want to travel another dimension. No, no. Just Set your intention, allow your guidance to assist you as well if you wish, and relax your body and relax your mind and just let it go. Do not put presets on it.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Um, okay. So how do we increase our connection with source? Um, like what steps can we take there?
Hmm. You all carry a piece of source that allows you to go back and to interact with source. Source you call source. It is a big frequency. It is an energy. It is love. It is the grand of all things, my dear. It lives within all of you. You are able to reach that at any time, just depending on where your heart is. Have you allowed yourself to receive love? Have you allowed yourself to gain love? To be able to feel that frequency? It is an immense frequency, a frequency of love, of acceptance, of forgiveness, my dear. Have you humans worked on that? Have you gained that understanding on a deeper level? Once you have, you will see.
Okay. And I think, is it that we've forgotten when we come into our human life? We forget who we really are?
Of course, you forget, my dear. That was the place. That's what it was all about, my dear. How were you ever to learn if you remember who you really are? Where are the lessons? Where is this journey? There will be nothing if you haven't
So,
forgotten.
yeah. So if we come into this life and we've forgotten everything, but then we realize like we have what we call here a spiritual awakening to where we, know that we have been limited by belief systems and programming. And now we know a little bit more, at least, about who we really are. Is there a way we can work to start remembering those things now?
Yes, the universe sends you signs, symbols, things to help you remember on your journey. But if you do not become conscious, if you do not become aware of what is being sent to you, you will bypass it.
Mm.
So now, what would you ask in this question about programming? Yes, you are being thrown off your path sometimes, my dear. And the real quiz is how you get back onto this journey. How will you get back to where you want to be, to where it is that you are wanting to take this journey? See, there are many pathways. You are able to choose. There's no one preset way. You create it. You figure it out what it is that you are wanting in this time.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. Now, okay. So I'm not sure what happened. 1 second. What has just happened? 1 second. Sorry about that. Okay. So I'm not sure what happened there. Some kind of weird energy just started something running. Okay. So that's fascinating. And so when we start remembering these things, can we remember everything?
No, my dear.
Okay, so we don't have the capacity in a human body to remember it all.
No. But you are shown bits and pieces and clips and whatnot and signs and symbols to help you, just give you that push to keep you back into alignment, to keep you back into where it is you are wanting to go.
Okay. And is that because our minds can't handle it all? Or is it because we still have lessons to learn all the way to the end of this life, that we don't need to know it all.
There are still lessons to learn that you do not need to know it all, my dear. But we also would say, if you were to see and know everything, are you speaking past lives here, right?
Mm,
If you were able to see a lot, it is not necessary. Why would you want to know every little single detail, my dear?
mm,
We would say it is not necessary for you to move forward. We want you to move forward, not backwards.
mm.
Hope
Okay.
that makes sense, my dear.
Okay. So we came here to learn lessons. So would you call Earth a school?
Somewhat, yes, yes.
Okay. Okay. So I know that I'm sure you're familiar with Dolores Cannon and
Mm.
her work here on Earth. And that was kind of what she taught through all the work that she had done, is that that Earth is a school, that we come to learn lessons and grow our soul. So could you tell me like what, like could you explain that in what way is it a school, and how that kind of works?
Yes, my dear, we can elaborate a little bit on this. Now, she was a great teacher, my dear. She was here to teach you all more than what you believed in yourselves. So, what we can say about Earth being a school, we will say that this is a learning ground, like a school, yes. Now, you are being put here because your soul needs to learn to evolve. And you cannot learn that as a soul. This is a much more tangible experience here, where you are believed that this is real. This is reality to you all in this moment, my dear.
Yeah.
So you needed to have this experience in a much more tangible way so that your soul is able to feel the emotion, to feel and experience this and make believe that it is real, my dear.
Mm,
That is how your soul will expand, where growth happens and evolution.
yeah. Okay. All right. And I just want to remind everyone who's watching on the webinar, make sure you put your question in the box if you have one. And I do have a question here. And it is, was Jesus real? And who was he really? And did he ever intend for um, to be worshiped?
My dear, Jesus was a real person, my dear. What you call an ascended master, but his soul evolved because he was a teacher and he taught through love, compassion, and a kind heart, my dear. That is a leader. That is where your soul is able to expand and evolve, my dear. And yes, there were people that followed him, that believed and saw his kindness and his love, my dear. That is what they followed, his kindness, his love, because there were other leaders that were not kind,
Mm.
that did not show compassion. Yes, he was a real person, my dear.
Mm. So
And
what happened to make him a god in human eyes? Was that a deception? Was that an agenda for control?
there have been many stories that have been flipped for this Joshua, my dear. But the truth of what we can say at this now moment is that there were things that happened to him because of hate and lower vibrational emotions, my dear. But
Mm.
his soul understood his soul still continued with compassion, with love. And he knew, he was told he could hear higher consciousness.
Mm.
He listened, a clairaudience, if you call it. He was able to hear the messages. He was able to be more open-minded,
Mm.
to listen to guidance, to higher frequencies, my dear.
Okay. So, can we all reach that level? Can we all reach the level of ascended master? Does it take multiple thousands of lifetimes? What does it take to get to that place where he was or is?
It is a big journey to
Yeah.
be able to reach that capacity. It takes forgiveness. You have to go through many lifetimes to learn many lessons, to be able to reach that evolution, to have your soul evolve in that capacity.
Mm.
So, carrying extra baggage, releasing, letting go, forgiving, open hearted, being kind, expressing your emotions, and not being afraid to be who you are,
Yeah. Yeah.
living in the most loving way is one way you can reach that.
Okay. All right. And he is an ascended master now,
Oh, yes,
and
my dear,
we
he
can
is
reach
here.
out to him.
Oh, yes, he is here. He is here to assist humanity as well, my dear.
Hmm.
Of course, he is here to assist.
Okay, awesome. Thank you. Okay, so all right. So we have a question about QHHT. When we do QHHT sessions, is it really past lives that we're seeing during those sessions, or past life regression sessions, or something in any of those? Is it really a past life that we're seeing that we actually lived, or is it just a piece of our consciousness?
It is a past life that you are visualizing, that you are seeing, that you are getting connected to, my dear. Yes, you are getting connected to what you have already previously experienced, my dear, to be able to help you evolve in this lifetime, my dear.
Hmm. Okay. So there's lessons, there's lots of lessons we can learn from those past lives. And usually during a session, our higher self comes in at the end of a QHHT session and answers, we ask questions and we get answers for those questions. So can you tell us a little bit about our higher self and how we can connect to our higher self, our oversoul easier, and hear those messages that it has for us to make our lives a little easier, a little better while we're here.
Mm, yes, my dear. So, what we can say is that if it were that easy, everyone would be just be connected in this time. So that
Mm.
is something also that you are here to learn. To connect your higher self with your real soul. It's who you really are. It's that love. It's that kindness. It's that evolved soul, that evolved part of you that knows a lot, my dear. So, what we can say, how you are able to connect with your higher self, my dear, is to just be quiet. Be quiet in a setting space, my dear.
Mm.
Be quiet and trust and believe your higher self will always, always give you loving, encouraging messages, my dear. Your higher self will never talk down to you, will
Mm.
never, never look at you, give you information that is negative, my dear. Your higher self will never judge. So when those thoughts arise, that is not your higher self. But
Mm.
when you are receiving guidance from the higher self, that is encouraging, that is giving you direction in a positive way, that is encouraging you, then you are connecting to the higher self.
Hmm.
And it also speaks in a different way. It speaks to you as if you were not you, if that makes sense, my dear.
Hmm. What do you mean by it speaks to you as if you are not you? Can you clarify that a little bit more?
Yes, my dear. So let's give an example here. If your higher self is speaking to you and you say, higher self, am I meant to go on this path, higher self? The higher self will say, instead of saying, I say you go on this path, you shall go on this path. The higher self would say, maybe you should go on that path, speaking as if it was someone else, if that makes
Ah,
sense.
okay. So
Your
more
higher
than
self,
third person type.
yes, my dear, it
Ah,
would say, you should go on this path if you would like to. Do you think that that will help you? Do you feel happy on this path that you are going? It will speak to you in a different way, my dear.
hmm.
It will
So,
not say, I think we will go here. No, my dear.
okay. So when we are connecting to our spirit guide, you mentioned earlier, like that needs to be the first step is really connecting and getting to know our spirit guides. Are those actual separate entities from us, or are they a part of our oversoul, just different aspects of who we are?
There are many different kinds of guidance, my dear. There's not just one. We are an aspect that have lived with this channel. So we are connected in that way. But your guidance, there are many different types of guides, my dear. There are guides that are here to train you. There are guides to help you learn a specific lesson. There are guides that have lived past lives with you. There are guides that are familiar to you, family members that have taken the responsibility to assist you in that manner as well, my dear.
Hmm.
So there's not just one type of guidance. You have to really elaborate on who you are wanting to connect with and who you are wanting to gain information from, my dear, or
Hmm.
whatever it is that you are calling in, my dear, with your guidance. There are angel guides, there are galactic guides. You see, it is a widespread. I can go on, my dear, but you get the picture.
Yeah. Are those separate entities from us though, or are they pieces of us?
Some will be pieces of you, and some will be apart, separate entities that are here to take the assignment, that have taken the assignment to assist
Hmm.
you.
Okay. All right. And I think we only have one more question left, and that is, how can we best help people who are starting to wake up? We there's a lot of our human race who are stuck in religion and limiting beliefs and control and programming. Um, and but there's a lot of us starting to wake up, right? Because the earth is starting to wake up,
Mm.
and we are, I guess our vibrations are raising, our frequencies are raising. And as those people start to wake up, how can we best help them?
That is a great question, my dear. What we can say is that be there for one another. If you see someone struggling, if you see someone awakening and wanting to explore more, be there to assist them, my dear. Guide them in the direction. And to the newly awakened, we will say, trust in yourself. You have now broken, once you have awakened, you have broken away from the paradigm, from the vision. You have
Mm.
broken apart from what you call the matrix, my dear, what you call it. But you have just breaking apart from that, and now you will start to see things shift, and in a way that is much more different that you did not believe. So trust in yourself, trust in the ability to receive information, trust that you are always being guided in the right direction. Ask for your guidance to step forward. Ask for assistance, my dear. The angels, the guides, they are all here for one reason: to assist, to be there for you, to guide you, to help you learn these lessons, to help gain and give knowledge to you. So trust that everything will work out. Release whatever it is you are wanting to release. Change. If you are wanting to forgo change, do it. Change it. You are here to manipulate the energy in this realm, my dear, on this earth. You are here to change and flip frequency as you wish, my dear. So take advantage of that. Take advantage of gaining higher knowledge. Take advantage of loving one another, of gaining this unity that you all are. You are on that path of gaining unity, loving one another unconditionally, to truly see this beautiful human that you are.
That's awesome. And how do we get past the fear? Because a lot of times that programming, a lot of that is fear that is placed into us since childhood. And so it's I know for me personally, that's been very hard to push through, letting go of fear of, I was raised in Christianity, and that fear of the demonic, or the fear of, just not doing what I'm supposed to do, in life. How can we push past that fear to let go of that programming?
We would like to ask a question, my dear. We would want to give an example. Once you've experienced fear and you've gone through that sensation, after that, what is the feeling that you get after you know that that was not scary? What is it?
I guess freedom, or like, feeling like, that wasn't so bad.
Yes, my dear. So you are here to experience. Yes, fear is a lower density, but it is also here to teach you something. And once you get past that fear, once you felt that sensation of fear, let it go. Do not continue with that feeling or sensation. Now you know that it wasn't scary. Now you have overcame that sensation. Now what? Now you get a confidence. Now you gain a clearer understanding that that was not as what you created in your mind, you see. We hope that makes sense.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
feel the sensation. If you feel the fear, overcome it. Feel that accomplishment that it wasn't as scary as you thought. Then you can continue on. But don't let fear be the barrier to hold you back. Feel the sensation and go on.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much. And that's all the questions I had. Do you have any last words, anything you want to tell us before Veronica comes back?
Of course, my dear, of course. We would like to spread the message today to you all that many things have already begun to change on your planet, my dear. You are going to see so much more in this coming year, my dears. Don't get discouraged. Don't let the system underestimate you. Don't let the system run who you truly are. You are all beautiful, powerful human beings. If you work together, you have the ability to change your surroundings and to change many things on your planet with belief, with trust, with love and unity and kindness. So please keep those frequencies in your hearts, and always remember to help one another.
Yeah.
And your
Awesome.
guides are always here. And you
Thank
have
you.
many
Thank you.
beings that are assisting on this planet at this
Mhm.
time. So
That's
just don't get
amazing.
discouraged and trust yourselves.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
We will be going now. Thank you we for allowing us to step forward in this time.
Hey, welcome back.
Hi.
I'll give you a minute to get your bearings and Renee, I did see your question come through, but it came through just a little bit too late to be able to ask. Omax was already
Mhm.
finishing up and leaving, so that may be something that Veronica can ask next time she's in meditation. Um, but I'll send it to you, Veronica. That way you're I know you gotta get back in your body right now.
Yeah. All right. Hi.
Yeah. Hi. Yeah, I tried to. I didn't want to go too long. I didn't know how long
Oh
you
yeah. Yeah.
actually hold the energy. And I was like looking at the time and I was like, okay, like I don't want to like
No,
completely.
that was perfect timing.
Okay, good, good. Because I was like, I didn't want to like go too long and like completely, drain every bit of energy you had.
Yeah.
Oh,
Thank you.
goodness. Thank you so much. So um, did you hear any of that? Do you have any memories of what was said?
Not really. I just remember the last part.
Okay. Okay. And yeah, so we got some really good answers, really good. And man, my arms all the way up are like tingling, like the vibration in this room. I'm here alone, but the vibration in this room is crazy right now, like the just the energy flowing. So those were so good. Those were so good. And apparently we did not land on the moon back in 1969.
Yeah.
And
No way.
yeah, yeah, but we've been there since. So government, you've got some splaining to do. Uh, but yeah, so we did miss one question that Renee had asked at the main end, and it's how do we work with mentally ill? And can we do depossession on these individuals? So I'll send that to you. And maybe next time you're meditating or, speaking with Omax, maybe you could just ask that question and
Okay.
see what he has to say about that. But yeah, that was super fun. I know you were gone bye-bye there.
Yeah,
Yeah, she comes back. She's like, okay, what happened? What happened?
yeah,
Where
yeah.
am
My
I?
it's when I come back, I feel like a floaty sensation,
Mm,
like like I was floating or something, and then my eyes kind of
yeah.
have to adjust to everything.
Yeah. So what's your process of like getting yourself back to feeling normal? What do you have to do after a session like this?
I have to ground myself, or I like take a nap or something, and I also have to drink a lot of water, and then nuts. He always recommends me to eat like nuts after channeling. So that and yeah, pretty much grounding is the most important thing because I'm
Yeah.
like floating, and then um um what's the other thing? Yeah, so I don't know. Did you ask about the process of coming back? Like I feel when I come back, I feel like my like I shoot back into my body, but and then I feel him leave because I can feel the energy just go up. And I'm like, okay.
Mm,
And I always say thank you. I always thank him for coming
yeah.
forward in my head. I'm like, thank you, thank you, thank you. I love you, thank you. And then I just kind of feel the energy kind of go away.
Yeah, yeah. And is he available anytime? Could you channel him 24/7 anytime you want? And And I know that, time is an illusion and air linear time doesn't really exist. So I guess, because, like, I guess in my humanness, I'm thinking, well, what if he's busy at 1 o'clock on a Friday? Maybe he don't have time to
No,
come through and channel. But I but I also
there's
know
no
that
sense of time. Yeah, so
right,
I
there's no
think,
sense of time.
yeah, I think it's just when I call him, like I can feel him. And then there's been times where he'll be like, nah, probably not a good time to channel. Like I think it depends on where I'm at and my surroundings and stuff. So
Mhm.
like if I'm at a park, I'm not gonna like channel him. He'll be like
Yeah.
no,
So
or
it's
wherever
not
I.
it's not him not having the time or anything like that. It's your situation that you're in at that
Mhm,
moment where he's like,
mhm,
no, this isn't the place
mhm, mhm.
or the situation that I need to come out into kind of thing.
Yeah. Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
Awesome.
exactly that. Or the area, or maybe the vibration of it, or wherever I'm at. Like I wouldn't channel in a haunted house or like channel at, some place like, that's yeah, like it just depends on where I'm at.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, awesome, awesome. Well, I think we're done and we are ending like exactly on time. What are the odds of that? That's perfect. Something did happen right in the middle of the session. All of a sudden, a browser opened on my computer and it opened up to my YouTube where we were recording this and it started playing it. And I'm like trying to figure out, and like Omax is right in the middle of like he had just answered a question, and I'm like trying to figure out like where is that coming? It was me and you talking. It was like the beginning of our. I'm like, I don't even know how that happened. It just I'm like, okay,
Um,
that's some weird
okay,
energy.
so it's the high frequency in the room, like it messes up technology
Yeah,
sometimes. I've had this happen many of times. I even forget to tell you. I forgot to tell you that part. Um, but I think it's just the frequency of him being in this space.
yeah, yeah. So I was like, what just happened? How did my browser that was closed open, go to YouTube and
Mhm.
start playing the video that we're recording right now?
That's funny.
I'm like, okay, all right, okay. Okay, I think we're done. Thank you so
Yes,
much,
thank
Veronica,
you
for
guys.
being for doing this with me. Transcending Dimensions, channeling Omax. This was super fun, and who knows, we may do this again sometime. But thank you guys who were on watching and submitting questions, and for anyone on YouTube watching. And I'll probably post this onto Facebook um, from YouTube today, and that way anyone who missed it can watch. But yeah, this
Yes.
was super fun. So thank you so
Yes.
much.
Thank you
All
guys for
right.
watching, and thank you. Thank you for having me, Janine.
Yeah, thank you.